welcome back. Quick turnaround and we're ready for leg number 2 of this double header here at the Den. And an interesting match in store here between the Kingborough Lions and Launceston City. I've just seen an intriguing fixture up between their women's teams and ready to dive into this one. At the top of the table, Launceston City travelling down to the Den to take on the hosts, the Kingborough Lions. We'll quickly go through the lineups. They're up against the clock here with the quick turnaround. Number 1, Nicholas O'Connell in goals today. Number 4, Nick Zammett, I'd expect at fullback. Number 7, Danny Cowan probably up top. Christian DiMartino played quite well in recent weeks. Number 10, Chris Downs, the best set-piece maestro in the state. He will be absolutely crucial for this side today. Joel Schuth probably at centre half, although with O'Dane Damar now in the team, we'll have to see how they shape up, because Gilly DeSouza has been playing centre back with Schuth in recent weeks, but Damar obviously adds to that equation. Tobias Wayne, and I'd expect at fullback. Timothy Baker, he'll be lively up top. And another attacking weapon joins the starting lineup today. Louis Vido returning to this side. He's a fantastic goal scorer at NPL Tasmania level. Got a great track record there. And they've got him for a couple of weeks apparently. And we'll see what he can add. On the bench, Phil Kansos, Jacob Calvert and Dominic Easton. So a couple of attacking options if they want to turn that way as the match goes on. Their opponents, well, they were humbled in the statewide cup semi-finals last week, but they've been flying in the league this year. And they bring a full squad down here to the Den today. At the top there, the best goalkeeper in the state, Nico Giansopoulos, the Canadian star. Probably had one of his more down games last week against South Hobart, but the week before in his most recent trip south, inspirational against the Zebras. Lindsay Millington having a fantastic year in the middle of the defence. He won't have his normal defensive partner today though. There's no Liam Scott in this lineup. He's injured, so that's a big blow. Joseph Durazio and Daniel Sison, you'd expect in midfield. Tyler Fisher will lead the line. He's got so much pace. The last time I recall seeing him on this venue, I think he scored 4. He absolutely tore this Lions team apart when he was at Devonport. He'll have good memories of the Den. You've got Jared Linger in the starting lineup. You'd expect him playing out wide somewhere. Noah Mees, the big target man up top. A rare start for Harrison Wicks. He'll offer some pace. Shane Cartwright could be the man who replaces Liam Scott alongside Millington in defence. Reece Gould primarily a fullback, as is Alex Turner. So we'll see how this City side does line up. On the bench, you've got Shane Egan, Charlie Dyer, Finn Aldridge, a new name we haven't seen this year. He's bounced around a few clubs now. Vinny Camano, another one much like that, and Lockie Clark, the backup keeper. They're your lineups for today's clash here at the Den. Launceston City travelling down to take on Kingborough. And we're just about in readiness for this one as Danny Cowan strides to the centre circle ready for the toss. But this should be a very enjoyable game. The sun is shining. We've had a pretty good curtain raiser in the Super League. Launceston City winning that game 3-1, but they certainly didn't have it all their own way. Kingborough really took it up to them, and I'm sensing that this Lions team might be able to do just that in the NPL Tasmania as well. So we have a look at our officials for this one. Charlie White in the middle, proceeding over it. Luke Phillips and Matthew Westwood on the lines. So always good to have Charles White officiating, one of their best we've got, and he'll certainly keep a lid on anything boiling over here. But we're just about ready to go down at the Den. Andrew calling, myself calling this one for you today. And just a score check in over at Wentworth Park. It is still 2-0 to Devonport over Clarence Braden Man with 2 goals inside of the first 5 minutes, as the rare swapping of ends has taken place here at the Den. Not often when a captain wins the toss they actually ever exercise that option. Just seems like most of the time the side they've lined up on is the side they go for, but we've got that today. And we've flipped things around here. Ready to go. Really looking forward to this one. 2 very, I suppose, defensive-minded teams for the most part, so it could be a real arm wrestle. The 2 best defences in the league statistically. And we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Timothy Baker looking to get things started early on here for the Lions. He'll put it back. And it looks like Slight change in role for Gilly De Souza. Seems to be lining up on the right today. So I thought we might see him push into midfield, but I can't say I was expecting him on the wing. He might get an early involvement here, though it's over his head and steered away by Millington. Cartwright has indeed taken a new position. That's offside, so this won't count. So Cartwright further up the field. So a few surprises in this lineup today. Let's see how that all pans out. Some new players. And O'Dane DeMar, a very good signing for the Kingborough Lions because they've seen him play at Clarence in recent weeks and demonstrating some pretty good form. He's really got them a couple of draws almost off his own back with his defending. Here's Jared Linger now. Can't quite clear the area, invites some danger. Vidal crossing towards Danny Cohen, who nods it straight down the throat of Giantsopoulos. Not going to trouble him on that occasion. The long ball is 4-4 there, and Noah Mees now looking to make inroads down the right. He charges off and swings in the cross. It's steered away by Toby Havanen. The pace furious in the early going here. As this one will be kept in wide areas and worked back for Dorazio. Pass couldn't find Noel Mees, broken up by DiMartino. Downs plays it back for Joel Schuth. And Joel Schuth back to his keeper O'Connell. O'Connell sends them down the line. Gilly De Souza there, won't be able to get on the end of that one, however. Baker nods it down. Dorazio lofting that one's for Joel Schuth on deck, and he steers that one away. Being chased after that one is Reece Gould, lining up at right back. So Turner lining up in the heart of defence. I thought Shane Cartwright might have been that man, but he's playing a more advanced role, it would seem. And Jared Linger lining up at left back. Thought he really gave them something when he came on against South Hobart a week ago, Jared Linger. I thought it was a pretty good performance from him. Obviously couldn't turn the tide. A pretty decisive win for South Hobart in that one. But I did enjoy the performance of Linger. Gave him a little bit of spark, and he's someone I've thoroughly enjoyed watching this year. Timothy Baker. Timmy in Knoxville. Airy, quick feet, and he plays it back to Joel Schuth. Schuth driving one. Searching for the run of DiMartino, or is it Zamet even here? Zamet trying to make inroads, but unable to get there. So a goal kick, no harm done. So Giantsopoulos sends this one back into play. Tyler Fisher the target. Beaten in the air on that occasion by Schuth. DiMartino. Baker back to Schuth. Now Cohen. Wide for Timothy Baker. Shadowed by Dorazio, but Baker did well and then chipped it into the path of Danny Cohen. Danny Cohen wanted to get onto his right foot. Aware of that was Turner, and he nipped that attack in the bud. So Chris Downs to try and unleash his set-piece wizardry once again. He's been dynamite from that situation this year. Wonderful ball in and couldn't be steered goalward by DiMartino. What great delivery from Chris Downs this was. Created the chance for his teammate, but just missed timing the volley. It was DiMartino, a difficult chance to be fair to him. So long they go. A little scrap there. It falls to Shane Cartwright. First to the bounce of the ball, and he threads it through for Tyler Fisher. The angler tearing off. He'll want to go onto his left foot. He's brought down in the box. And Charlie White tells him to get up. He's having absolutely none of it, Charles White. We'll have a look on the replay. O'Dane DeMar in defence. Has he trod on his foot, or has he just dived? It just seems like he's diving out of the boat. The angler Tyler Fisher. A big Marlin just diving away from him there. That was a good decision, I think, from Charlie White. I'm not sure why it's not a yellow card, mind you. There's Dorazio. Nods it down. Liddell nodding it forwards. Giansopoulos off his line. Shanked the clearance, though. But, a furious old pace to the opening 5 minutes of this game. It's noticeably picked up. There's Danny Cowan. The poor cross that's easily collected on this occasion by Giansopoulos. Any trouble by that one. Now the counter-attack being led the other way through Harrison Wicks. Swung it in, steered away only to the back post where Noah Mees was waiting, and he's blasted that one into the stratosphere, Meesy. What a golden chance that was. Harrison Wicks doing some lovely work down the left. Crossed it in for Mees. Geez, he made sufficient contact with the ball, but it was always rising. He's absolutely blasted this one, Meesy. Went for power. He certainly got that. Couldn't quite keep it down, unfortunately, the youngster. A couple of chances nearly going here. That's a pretty sharp old start from Launceston City. A couple of chances in attack. The pace of Tyler Fisher has certainly been prominent. On they go. Fisher again looking to get himself involved. Downs to Zammit. Here's Danny Cowan battling with Sison. Cartwright was in there. And that's driven ferociously by Tyler Fisher, wide of the mark. Bit of a shooting gallery. He's developing early. Tyler Fisher now having a bit of a pop. In the Gilly de Souza direction, the Brazilian lining up in attack today and showing some Samba flair there to get round Jared Linger. Gilly de Souza curling one in. Well done, Sison. The captain had got back in defence well there. Dangerous ball, might fall for Danny Cowan. Shapes to shoot and then tried to square it back for Downs, but away from Sison. And out of play they go. So it is a lively opening to this game. Both teams looking more than capable of scoring. Both teams having some moments thus far. Here's Shane Cartwright. Sends it down the line again. It's Tyler Fisher. The pace of Tyler Fisher. He drives inside. He beats one. Joel Schuth with a strong challenge. He won the ball there, Schuth. And that was a critical intervention. Tyler Fisher weaving one way and then the other. And that's an expert challenge.
Just make sure, Nick Zammit, tuck, if that's been lost, tuck under the second and bring it quickly, yeah? Hey, Ty, good work. Just keep going, City. Cover's good.
So here's O'Connell at the back. In the starting gig, Stalker had the gig early in the season, but it's O'Connell standing between the sticks today as Millington nods it back into the middle. Rideau, De Souza, Baker. Baker was getting his shirt grabbed there, and that's a foul, which is spotted there by the referee. So a set piece opportunity here for Chris Downs. And he's a very dangerous man to have over the dead ball. And he kills this one wide of the back stick. Giansopoulos had that one under control. Nothing to worry about there. So here's Lindsay Millington carrying out a defence. Blocked down there by Louis Vidal. DeSalza with a sloppy touch straight to Durazio. That's overhit and will be collected at the back there. Long they go. Propelled by Turner. Here's the lively Baker. A step over from Timothy Baker. He lays it back for Danny Cowan, who swings it in looking for Downs. Downs with the header, but easily gathered by Giansopoulos. Giansopoulos smashing that one away. Looking for Tyler Fisher. Tyler Fisher will go with a volley, and it's fizzed well wide of the mark. Both teams making their intent known. Really not messing about at the moment. Can you get it forward quickly? And Giansopoulos able to gather that one. There's Kemp on the touchline down there. Looking out the orders, Jared Linger. Here's Shane Cartwright on his return to the den, the club that first was unearthed, Shane Cartwright. And the man that was responsible for that, Chris Downs, I believe, also back at the Lions this year. But he was the one who initially brought him to the club, had a wonderful first season there, made the move to Olympia, and now this year at Lonnie City, although we've seldom seen him, Big Shane Cartwright. He's only played a couple of games so far this season, so we'll see what impacts he can have. We know his best is very, very good. Giansopoulos swings this one wide for the rangy figure of Noah Mees. Drops it back for Gould. Reece Gould goes looking for Tyler Fisher. Fisher is looking to pounce on a header from Schuth. The Lions keep control of the ball. Danny Cowan chesting down, allowed in Sison though. Sison looking to link up with Mees, but nothing doing on that occasion. Gould repelled by Danny Cowan. Danny Cowan doing the defensive duties there. Very reliable. He's the Lions captain, does work at both ends of the ground. Will not stop working for his side. Throw in towards Noah Mees. Mees turning. Trying to get round Zammit, who puts it behind for a corner. Chance for Tyler Fisher. Try and make something happen. As I mentioned last time he was on this ground. It was a truly devastating display. It might have been 5-3 or something similar that day, and I think he had 4 of them. And the stats man's just affirmed that I've got that right, so very, very pleased with that. This one swung in, Cartwright the target, repelled away. But, I remember the free kick, he stepped up and belted. It was an absolute howitzer, Tyler Fisher. He signalled his intent early in this one to make things happen, taking on defenders and firing off shots. That was a teaser of a corner. There was a whole pack of Lions in there at the near post, and look at all the bodies at the near post. I don't know if this is Jez Kemp's latest tactical manoeuvring when it comes to corners, but I have not seen that many bodies drawn towards the near post at a set piece in my life. So will Fisher be able to drop this one on a dime? He goes in that direction, and it's flicked on just wide of the post. That's a new look from Launceston City, and I don't think it was one that Kingra Lions were expecting. Tell you what, if you're going to run with that setup, that's exactly where you'd want to deliver a corner two from Tyler Fisher. Dropping it on a dime. They just put all their big bodies in there trying to get in front of the keeper. And the header was flicked on just past the post. But creativity from the set pieces from City. We've seen it already this year, and we're seeing it again. Danny Cohen threading it through. A big chance here for Kingborough. Giantsopoulos, what a save! Oh, the reaction outstanding. He just stuck out the left leg, and he's denied Vidal a goal there with a brilliant piece of goalkeeping. A free kick up the other end will put City in range, but let's have another look at this. Danny Cohen had just unlocked the defence here, and that is top draw goalkeeping from Giantsopoulos. A full extension. Vidal can't believe it, but that is what this man just seems to do every single week for his side. What an opportunity, though. And now at the other end, it's going to be a free kick in a very promising position. It's Daniel Sison to take. He was always rising over the bar. Well, a huge moment in the game there. Nicky Giantsopoulos coming up with the goods again. And Kingborough thought they had the go-ahead goal. Not to be, but both these teams looking very capable of scoring. Both are usually pretty much defence-first teams, but both also play pretty direct styles of game, and that's why we're seeing it really flowing from one end of the pitch to the other at the moment. Here's Sison. Worked that one nicely. Cartwright. Did he use his strength there on the wing, shielding the ball. Half-time at Wentworth Park. 2-0 in favour of Devonport in that one. Pretty emphatic stuff. Clarence yet to register a shot in the half of football there. He tells the story on the Junjun. This one will be cleared by Chris Downs, a big up and under. Nodded back. Schuth. Here's Vidal. Zammit was charged down. It might fall now for Noah Mees, looking to get him behind it. Danny Cohen, he goes through the legs. Brilliant from big Noah Mees. Can he finish it? No, he can't. His run was checked in the end. A good challenge to hold up the big fella. He was just sensing a chance to repeat his effort against the Hobart Zebras, where he took them all on. Everyone expecting him to stay in the corner. He's a pretty nimble mover for someone of his stature, is big Noah Mees. He glides around the pitch. Here's Dorazio. That was a poor pass, straight out of play. Not doing his teammates any favours with that one. Turn up into the middle for Sison, who tried to work it forwards, but get no joy out of that one. Lions building in wide areas here through Zammit. Now Vidal. Now Baker with a head full of steam. Timmy Knoxville swings it to the back post, but Giantsopoulos will collect before Gilly De Souza can influence that contest. McConnell standing over it, and he swings it along over the head of Reece Gould. Get back on this one with plenty of time and space. Danny Cohen in proximity, but that was pretty sloppy in the end from Gould. He just rather hacked it down the line and can now be a throw in for the Lions. So I thought his way through that one a little bit better, I think. is Shane Cartwright. Worked it to Durazio. Durazio down the line for Noah Mees. Noah Mees second to the ball though. Schuth will just try and shield it out of play, and it had enough legs on it to do just that. It skips out of play. Here's Gilly De Souza. Chris Downs just played it in behind of Tavea Savanen. Throw in from Jared Linger. Fisher back to Linger. Now Schuth away. Danny Cowan takes it down. Played it for Baker. Wide for Zammit. He'll retreat back for Schuth. Now Joel Schuth again. Goes for Chris Downs. Patient build up on this occasion from the Lions. They'll change the direction of attack though as they go to Gilly De Souza, who is forced to retreat back to Havana. Now to O'Dane DeMar. His Lions debut. He's coming from Clarence where he was last year. Seemed to have moved to South Hobart over the summer, but after just one friendly game he found himself moving back to Clarence, and then was rumoured to be heading to the Den for round one. That never eventuated, but on deadline day, he's wound up back down here at the Den, and that's a big coup for the Lions, especially if it does free Gilly De Souza up to play further up the pitch, although he's been on the peripheries of this one so far, playing out on the right wing. Everything's been down the opposite flank, really. On the far side of the ground, we've not really seen Gilly heavily involved, but he's very good on the ball. That really stood out in his play at centre-back. He was charging forwards quite frequently. Always looked a likely playmaker for his side out of the back, and such an important part of the modern game is having centre-backs and defenders who are comfortable on the ball, who can start the attack for you. O'Dane DeMar, certainly one of them. As he's at Gilly De Souza. So Tyler Fisher will try and get in behind a Schuth, an awkward one for Schuth to deal with. His volley fell to Cartwright and then away by Chris Downs. And after this one is the Arctic Monkeys front man, Alex Turner. And he'll just drive this one down the line, looking for Fisher, but onto the head of Schuth. There was the barber, Daniel Syson. Now Cartwright. Dwelling on the ball, then spreads it for the overlapping fullback, Reece Gould. He swung it onto the head of O'Dane DeMar. Now Zammit. Couldn't pick out Cowan. Possession regained by City. Cartwright. Mees. Turns and goes. Noah Mees. He thought about the shot. He's still going. Noah Mees. Can he finish it? Denied by O'Connell. A full extension. Would have been a stunning solo goal. I tell you, the confidence that young Noah Mees is exuding right now. He's just oozing all across this Lightwood Park ground. He is a youngster really starting to believe in himself and just taking on defenders. He moves so well for someone of his stature. And O'Connell came up with the goods there, and O'Connell enjoying his work with the drop kicks in this one so far. Real throwback with his kicking style, but fantastic piece of keeping moments ago there. Denying Noah Mees. And O'Connell didn't make the sweetest contact with that. Got enough on it to take it away from Fisher, who was closing fast. O'Dane DeMar now sends it long. Giansopoulos will have that one covered. Well, lovely work down on the wing here, and Vidal now will look to link up with Zammit, who just had his run blocked. Giansopoulos across to deal with it. Gould. Now Cartwright. Broken up by Cowan, who coughed it straight back up to Shane Cartwright. Just a little sloppy that from Danny Cowan. Playing down the left again. Flicked in by Fisher. Falls for Timmy Baker in the middle. Timmy Knoxville charging one way. The quick change of direction. And then lobs it over the top, looking to combine with Vidal, but couldn't pick him out. Timed his run nicely, but the ball not able to connect with him. Giantsopoulos launches long, using that wind. Mees was the target of Fisher. It might fall for Fisher. Tyler Fisher, he has control of it. He wants to shape onto the left. Demar took it away from him. Good intervention again from the Jamaican. Wicks leaves it for Linger. The two youngsters combining down the left. Jared Linger now trying to sneak one in near stick on O'Connell, but he'll take more than that to defeat O'Connell. Not going to be beaten in that manner. Chris Downs has been pretty deep, doing most of his work in midfield so far in this one. Hasn't really got too many advanced areas. Ball in the Cohen direction. Will fall to Reece Gould. Gould for Cartwright. Tears towards goal. Gave it to Tyler Fisher. A shimmy to get away from Demar. And then threads it through for Daniel Sison. It's Sison! 1-0 Launceston City. A tidy counter-attacking move finished off by Daniel Sison. Lovely work by Tyler Fisher at the top of the box. And Launceston City get the early breakthrough here at the Den. And they will enjoy that one. It's been a pretty even opening to the game. Both teams have had their chances, they've had their moments, but it's City. And it was opened up by the skill of Tyler Fisher. He beat Demar. That drew Schuth out of position. Opened up the channel for Daniel Sison. And he made no mistake. He's playing a more advanced role this year than we've seen previously. Daniel Sison gets him in those goal-scoring positions a little bit more frequently. And he does the business on this occasion. 1-0 to the visitors. And Daniel Sison with an emphatic finish. Demar back to O'Connell. Schuth chipping forward for Vidal. What's the response going to be from the Lions? Chris Downs. Free kick would have gone against him, but now advantage played. Demar. And it'll be brought back eventually. There'll be no advantage. Giantsopoulos sends it to the corner, looking for Shane Cartwright. Over his head, Gilly DeSouza on hand, and he volleys that one away. Durazio up against Downs, fell to the goal scorer Sison. This time he just works it back to Giantsopoulos. So the ladder leaders taking the lead here. A tough game, potential banana skin this one. Going to take on the Lions at the Den. Here's Avainen. One back by a Linger. Timothy Baker got to the fall of the ball though, then played it through for Avainen. Tries to go around to Ratio. Used his strength, but infringed in the end. Cullen wants the quick free kick to be taken, but Baker just going to wait for them to structure up a little, and we'll leave it for the dead ball specialist Chris Downs, which would seem a good policy. DeSouza, dangerous ball in, but Giantsopoulos, his name written all over it, and immediately gets them going with a pretty good throw for Tyler Fisher. A transition defence into attack in the blink of an eye, and Tyler Fisher looks to run round Nick Zammit. Demar across in coverage, and behind it goes for a corner. The pace of Tyler Fisher once again coming to the fore there really does stand out. He's got some serious wheels. There's Fisher. Giantsopoulos with the quick release and a throw that goes half the length of the field. You can really, in the blink of an eye, move from defence to attack as the corner's played in. Downs is the first there with the header. Durazio back to Linger. Jared Linger. Errant pass. Trying to combine with Sison there, and it'll be gathered by O'Connell. De Souza. Looking it forward. In, but Millington clears the area. Mees second to the ball. Schuth away from him. Havainen back to O'Connell. Schuth. Downs. Now they attack down the left through Zammit. Zammit tries to link up with Danny Cowan, who took a tumble. Nothing untoward though on that occasion from Turner. He was unable to keep his clearance in. So Zammit to take the throw in. Here's Cartwright stretching, just about got there. As Braden Mann has completed his hat-trick to make it 3-0 Devonport Wentworth Park. That one eluding the run of Tobias Havainen. He scored his third just 2 minutes into the second half there, so in complete command. Man doing the job. Half time in the Women's Super League. Hobart Zebras 2, South Hobart 1. Go around the grounds. Noah Mees looking to link up with Harrison Wicks. Not dealt with by De Souza. Wicks now from the angle. O'Connell did really well there to deny him. Cross to the back post. Mees will attack this. Missed on the volley, then handballed it. That was a bit ungainly and clumsy in the end from the big fella. Not showing quite the skill we've seen from him early in the game. And probably going wide, but O'Connell wasn't to know that, so he's done well there. And then Mees just with a bit of a fresh airy. Here come the Lions on the counter-attack. Timothy Baker. Back for Cowan. Sends it down the line for a searching run there. Unable to pick out DiMartino. Giantsopoulos shipping this one. Rising high was Danny Cowan. His header straight to Shane Cartwright. Cartwright down the line for Noah Mees. Mees on that left foot, swinging it in near stick, but comfortably collected by O'Connell. 53 minutes gone here at the Den. The visitors holding sway, 1-0. The current ladder leaders looking to extend that advantage. Devonport winning, they won't be gaining any further ground on anyone. Certainly be keeping an eye on South Hobart Zebras tomorrow, but still a lot of ball game left in this one yet, and Kingborough have shown themselves likely, I think, throughout the first half hour to get on the score sheet at some stage, and City haven't been blowing teams away by weight of goals so far, so if Kingborough could find one or two, it might be enough for a result here today as Turner plays it to Millington. Millington was looking for Wicks. De Souza was there. Sison first to the fall of it. Driving forwards, Daniel Sison. Just asked a little bit too much of Wicks with his pass. That was a little unnecessary from Havainen. Well read by O'Dane Damar though. Read that one like a book, then charged forward and sprung the counter-attack himself. They're charging forwards here. Danny Cowan hustling and bustling. Havainen first to the ball ahead of Jared Linger. Coming up, defending his flank well. Souza. The Brazilian wants the overlap from Havainen. He was a dummy and then played it back, and then an interesting ball played just out ahead of Havainen. Millington able to get there. The long ball didn't quite suit Noah Mees. Damar not pointing him. Baker. Look away pass. Maybe he should have had a look first. So he coughed it straight up. Wicks Again, O'Dane Damar reading it. That's when he's at his best, O'Dane Damar, when he's not passively defending, when he's anticipating the play and jumping in, and that's going to be a slice of cheese for DiMartino as he hauls Shane Cartwright to the ground. Millington on the left, swings it wide. Tyler Fisher, the target. Can he keep this one in play? He does, the angler. On the left foot, he swings it in. Good ball. Brought down by Wicks, worked it to Linger. Jared Linger. Did Damar foul him? He did. It's a penalty. O'Dane Damar adjudged to have brought Jared Linger down. And the opportunity presents itself for City to double their lead from the spot. We have a look on the replay here. Linger gets the ball caught between his feet and he cuts back inside. It's I don't know if he actually gets him there, Damar. It's a wild swing at the ball initially. He's way off with the first attempt, doesn't get near it. And well, the trailing wing might have clipped him, but that's when Jared Linger started to jump. So I think he's deceived the ref a bit there, Jared Linger. But given what he copped at Devonport a couple of weeks ago, he's probably owed a little bit of a favour from a referee. I'm not sure Kingborough will see it through that lens. But Tyler Fisher with the chance to double their advantage from the spot here. Contentious call, that one. I think he might have been Fox there. Damar did himself no favours with a wild swing at the ball where he got nowhere near it. But Tyler Fisher steps up, smashes it home, and Launceston City double their advantage. It was a perfectly taken penalty. Beautifully dispatched from Tyler Fisher. And now Launceston City are firmly in control of this one. On to 37 minutes, they double their advantage. So that is Tyler Fisher's 19th goal in NPL Tasmania history. Thank you, Benny Smith. Another one to his tally this season. He's been very prominent. Jared Linger winning the penalty. A bit of a contentious one, that. But it presented the opportunity, and Fisher did not miss. Fisher to Sison. Back to Cartwright, goes to Fisher. Tyler Fisher charging towards goalie, using those electric wheels he has. He's such a breathtaking player in full flight when he really reaches top speed. Here's Timothy Baker, sends it in the De Souza direction. Jared Linger defending. The volley is kept out by Giantsopoulos. It was a pretty good hit from Louis Vidal, but Giantsopoulos up to the task again. And he is being left frustrated. Good save, that one. Nicky G covering the near post. Cartwright. Sison chipping it forwards. Now Cartwright, a little nutmeg on Damar. Launceston City player down at the back post, and they're just going to play it out for him to get a little treatment. There's O'Dane Damar. Just got him on the hand with the boot, and that's another erratic swing of the boot there from O'Dane Damar. There wasn't any real contact on the penalty I could see, but he did himself no favours by challenging for the ball rather recklessly and getting nowhere near it. But certainly I think Jared Linger getting one over the referees there. We'll square up. And it's given City a 2-goal buffer in this one. And the ladder leaders well poised to continue to lead the way in the NPL Tasmania. It's going to take a pretty impressive fight back from this side now. Get himself back into the game. And now play for Gilly De Souza. He throws it down the line for Timothy Baker. Bustling into his back was Millington, and the free kick is blown. No point taking this one quickly. I think you'd be better served just letting Chrissy Downs swing something in. That is the path they'll pursue.
Make sure we win the second and the first.
So Downs to deliver. Near post run. Oh, repelled by Cartwright. That wasn't far off. It was a teasing ball from Chris Downs, but now Noah Mees is off to the races. Look at him go, the big fella. He's charging down the right-hand side, and then he's felled unceremoniously. That'll be a slice of cheese for Zammit. Tobias Vainen either, the right back on the other side. Used to seeing him bob up, so Tobias Vainen into the book there. Playing left back temporarily and bringing down the counter-attacking Mees, who in full flight. Looking pretty spectacular. And another set-piece opportunity. Galloping away there, the big fella, and just clipped from behind. Vainen. Fisher to take. Repelled by O'Dane Damar. Fisher charges after it. Slice it in there. Flex up in the air, nodded down. Cartwright spins out of that contest and chases the ball. Zammit leading him to it, then Cartwright somehow got in front of him. Cartwright, oh, strength from Big Shane Cartwright this. They know all about that down at the Den. This is where he built his brand up doing that sort of thing for the Kingborough Lions in his first season in Tasmania. The Englishman. O'Connell knocks it long and not it out of play. So just before the half here at the Den, it's a 2-goal buffer. The Launceston City can, the hosts, pull one back before the break. Make this deficit slightly more manageable heading into the second half. It'll be tough for them. City have probably worked their way on top of the game, but both teams have certainly had their moments in attack. They've both had their chances. There's been a whole lot between them. There's a long heave from Cowan to Louis Vidal. And Noah Mees looks up, burn off Joel Shuth, and burn off Joel Shuth he does. It's Noah Mees, and now he's past Damar, who just cynically steps in, brings him down, and earns a second slice of cheese for the day, and he is off. O'Dane Damar sent from the ground for a second yellow card. And his Lions debut is not going to be one to remember. O'Dane Damar not seeing out the first half. Well, the frustrating one for him was the penalty was probably a very harsh call, you'd have to say, but that was definitely a yellow card. No complaints, he was already walking the tightrope. So Damar's day ends, and that is an absolute mountain to climb now for the Kingborough Lions. Down a man and down 2 goals. He knew exactly what he was doing, but when you know you're on a yellow card, you just can't make that challenge. You can do it when you don't have a yellow, that's fine, absolutely. Take the professional foul. When you're on a yellow, you've got to know that you just can't be doing that. As Fisher swings it to the back post, they could really punish them here, and they have. It's Noah Mees. It's Noah Mees. It's 3-0, and Launceston City are storming away with this one. Tyler Fisher chips it to the back post, and the towering figure of Noah Mees was there to nod home. And who on earth is marking him? I know O'Dane Damar was just sent off, one of your centre backs, but you're identifying threats in the Launceston City team. I'd have thought that the 7'5" striker might be one you might want to man up. They've left him all alone at the back post, and Noah Mees duly obliges, says thank you very much, and it's all rather unravelled here for the Kingborough Lions. They started this game promisingly, and it is really taking a turn for the worse now. They are in big trouble. Big trouble. They desperately need the half-time whistle to get Some relief from the onslaught. Maybe they could pull one back. It's a ball from Baker. It's well saved by Giantsopoulos. And how big is that save that he made earlier on against Louis Vidal? Looking now, could well have been 1-0 to the Lions at that point. And now they find themselves trailing by 3 and down a man. Quickly things can change in a game of football. It's all unravelled for the hosts, Launceston City. Well, the ladder leaders just continuing to do what they've done all season. They're a brilliantly organised side. They're well disciplined, and they just take their chances. They're a clinical team. Here's Chris Downs. Trying to work it down the line. It'll be a free kick on halfway for City. So Lindsay Millington down the line for Jared Linger. Linger tries to beat Tobias Avainen. He does. Now he tries to beat Chris Downs. Works it back for Harrison Wicks. They're barely holding on here, the Lions, but they scramble it away. And that is the whistle to bring the first 45 minutes to an end. And what a turnaround in the last 10 minutes of that half. Even at 1-0, it looked very much an entirely open game there for the taking. And yet, as we head into the sheds, it's now 3-0 to Launceston City and Kingborough down to 10 men. O'Dane Demar sent from the field. Goals from Sison, Fisher and Mees have got this result well on the way for Launceston City. They continue to keep on. We'll roll the highlights for you and be back shortly to see if the Lions can resurrect this game. It would be a Lazarus-like recovery now if they were to come back and get anything out of this game. It's Launceston City in firm control of this one, leading 3-0. Dynamite from that situation this year. Wonderful ball in and couldn't be steered goalward by Dimar. First to the bounce of the ball and he threads it through for Tyler Fisher. The angler tearing off. He'll want to go into his left foot. He's brought down in the box. And Charlie White tells him. Now the counter-attack being led the other way through Harrison Wicks. Swung it in, steered away only to the back post where Noah Mees was waiting and he's blasted that one into the stratosphere, Meesy. What a goal in there. And that's driven ferociously by Tyler Fisher, wide of the mark. In the Gilly de Souza direction, the Brazilian lining up in attack today and showing some Samba flair there to get round Jared Linger. Gilly de Souza curling one in. Well done, Sison. Line again, it's Tyler Fisher. The pace of Tyler Fisher. He drives inside. He beats one. Joel Schuth with a strong challenge. He lays it back for Danny Cowan, who swings it in looking for Downs. Downs with the header, but easily gathered by Giantsopoulos. On away. Looking for Tyler Fisher. Tyler Fisher will go with a volley and it's fizzed well wide of the mark. Just affirm that I've got that right, so very, very pleased with that. This one's swinging, can't right the target, repelled away. Remember the free kick he stepped up. Will Fisher be able to drop this one on a dime? He goes in that direction and it's flicked on just wide of the post. Now that's a new look from Launceston City. We've seen it already this year and we're seeing it again. Danny Cowan threading it through. Big chance here for Kingborough. Giantsopoulos, what a save! Oh, the reaction outstanding. He just stuck out the left leg and he's denied Vidal a goal. Reaction outstanding. He just stuck out the left leg and he's denied Vidal a goal there with a brilliant piece of goalkeeping. A free kick up the position. It's Daniel Sison to take. He was always rising over the bar. Under Danny Cowan, he goes through the legs. Brilliant from big Noah Mees. Can he finish it? No, he can't. His run was checked in the end, a good challenge. Turns and goes, Noah Mees, he thought about the shot, he's still going. Noah Mees, can he finish it? By O'Connell, a full extension. Would have been was the target of Fisher, it might fall for Fisher. Tyler Fisher, he has control of it, he wants to shape onto the left. Demar took it away from him. Good intervention again from the Wicks, leaves it for Linger. The two youngsters combining down the left. Jared Linger now trying to sneak one in near stick on O'Connell, but he'll take more than that towards goal. Gave it to Tyler Fisher, a shimmy to get away from Demar, and then threads it through for Daniel Sison. It's Sison! 1-0 Launceston City. A tidy counter-attacking move finished off by Daniel Sison. Lovely work by Tyler Fisher at the top of the box. And Launceston City get the early breakthrough here on the grounds. Noah Mees looking to link up with Harrison Wicks. Not dealt with by DeSouza. Wicks now from the angle. O'Connell did really well there to deny him. Cross to the back post. Mees will attack this. Missed on the volley, then handballed it. That was a bit ungainly. That's when he's at his best, O'Dane Demar, when he's not passively defending, when he's anticipating the play and jumping in, and that's going to be a slice of cheese for DiMartini. Swings it in. Good ball. Brought down by Wicks, worked it to Linger. Jared Linger. Did Demar foul him? He did. It's a penalty. O'Dane Demar adjudged to have brought Jared Linger down. Did himself no favours with a wild swing at the ball where he got nowhere near it. But Tyler Fisher steps up, smashes it home, and Launceston City double their advantage. It was a perfectly taken penalty. Beautifully dispatched from Tyler Fisher. And now Launceston City are firmly in control of this one. On the 37 minutes they will flight when he really reaches top speed. Here's Timothy Baker, sends it in the DeSouza direction. Jared Linger defending. The volley is kept out by Giansopoulos. It was a pretty good hit from Louis Vidal, but Giansopoulos up to and chipping it forwards. Now Cartwright, little nutmeg on Demar. Manchester City played down, but now Noah Mees is off to the races. Look at him go, the big fella. He's charging down the right-hand side, and then he's felled unceremoniously. That'll be it. Cartwright, oh, strength from Big Shane Cartwright this. They know all about that down the den. This is where he built his brand up. Joel Shuth, and burn off Joel Shuth he does. It's Noah Mees, and now he's past Demar, who just cynically steps in, brings him down, and earns a second slice of cheese for the day, and just can't be doing that. There's Fisher, swings it to the back post. They can really punish them here, and they have. It's Noah Mees. It's Noah Mees, it's 3-0, and Launceston City are storming away with this one. Tyler Fisher chips it to the back post, and the towering figure.
She was telling me everyone down there, I've got to go and cover a TSL at 4:30. She was saying, penalty and see that the tango ball.
Have I?
And we are back for the second half at the Den. It's all one-way traffic at the moment. What will Mark Broadman have said to his charges in the sheds to try and get them back up? Because at the moment, this game looks fairly dead and buried. It would take a pretty remarkable fight back from the Lions, given they are down to 10 men. O'Dane DeMar's dismissal has not helped things. It's Launceston City in firm command with a 3-0 lead, courtesy of goals from Daniel Syson, Tyler Fisher and Noah Mees, three of their real key players, all standing up. Kingborough, look, the first half hour was pretty good. They were taking it up to them. They would have been up 1-0 if Giansopoulos doesn't do what he seems to do so routinely and pull off a spectacular save. It just got worse and worse, really. This was Syson opening the scoring with a powerful drive into the far corner of the net. Some lovely work from Tyler Fisher there to forge that opening for his captain. And boy, did he make the most of it. Charging on through there. And there was the penalty, a bit of a contentious one, that Jared Linger going down. That was driven home, and then Noel Mees' header. Shortly before the half-time whistle following O'Dane DeMar's dismissal, which has this game 3-0. And certainly does appear to be over. Speaking of over, it's, well, there's still 10 minutes left, but 5 Devonport, Clarence Neal. You'd say that game is pretty firmly over. In the other NPL match taking place this afternoon, 2 games coming tomorrow. Of course, we'll be live streaming out of Darcy Street, where South Hobart will take on Hobart Zebras. And up at the NTCA, we've got Northern Rangers and Olympia, and an interesting one up there. I think that'll be a really good game. But we're back underway here as the Lions try to find a way back into this game. It's going to be pretty tough old sledding for them, though, as the sun begins to set here over half the ground at the Den. 3-0 the deficit they need to chase down. Here's Timothy Baker. If they're going to make any inroads, you'd fancy he's going to need to be the man to do it. Gilly De Souza is slotted back into centre-back, as one would expect, with DeMar's dismissal, but not the ideal debut. Certainly not, I think, what Mark Broadbent would have had in mind when he signed him. As Tyler Fisher turns and plays that one out off the Lions player, so it should be City's throw. Wearing it for Baker. Baker tries to find some room and he lets fly with a shot, but it was always well wide of the mark. Trying to bend it around the defensive wall in front of him and couldn't quite find the opening. As well to working onto his left foot, but the shot itself leaving a bit to be desired. So the corner here is Noah Mees, who loses out on this occasion to Gilly De Souza. Throws it to Downs. Now Baker. Vidal, Cohen. One back though. It's Gould. Now Fisher. Sets Cartwright at task. Steered away by Zammit. Stretching with Syson. And Downs plays it to Vidal. And Louis Vidal just worked off it there by Lindsay Millington. Did it nicely. The City looked to spring back the other way. Chris Downs wins it back though, gives it to De Souza. They ruffle it amongst themselves and eventually it just spills out of play. Waits for something to present and goes short for Baker. Havainen. Impressive young player, Havainen, but they've lost it here as it spills out of play on the far side. Lennon again. Danny Cowan. Baker. Back to Cowan. Shooting it down the line. Millington worked under it there. Couldn't quite squeeze away from his marker. Now Noah Mees. And O'Connell. Back for Schuth. Schuth for Zammit. Zammit for Downs. Downs trying to link up with Zammit. Deflects out of play. City will be pretty content to take too many risks in this half as Danny Cowan unleashes a ferocious drive. It was always rising over the top though. He really got some muscle behind it, but it's never really going to trouble Giansopoulos, who safely watches that one flying over the top. Giansopoulos launching in the Mees direction. He nods on to the path of Harrison Wicks. Savainen marshalling him. Tobias Savainen cleverly plays it off of Wicks and wins the throw in. Here's Danny Cowan. Nods it down. Chris Downs fighting with Fisher. Shane Cartwright now. Sison. Vidal. They're all blanket over about 8 of them at the moment. Eventually spills out and it's going to be Baker. Patient build up. Vidal turns onto the left and now he builds up a head of steam and charges off, but is immediately met by 4 red shirts. Dropped it off for Baker. Back for Vidal. Returns it for Baker. Well nipped in there from Alex Turner. And he puts it behind for a corner, but good alert defending on that occasion from Turner. Lions corner, perhaps an opportunity for Chris Downs to try and make something happen here. Give him a lifeline, a way back into the contest. Well and truly been the second best side so far. Downs swings it in. Oh, eludes everybody. De Souza swung his boot at it, couldn't make any contact. D'Orazio will just let it roll out. Wicks. D'Orazio. Juggled by Cartwright. Now, a ball over the top, trying to release Noah Mees. Tobias Savainen defending it well. Millington coming over the top, won the header. Play on, and Sison looks to thread something, but Joel Schuth shuts that down, and now the left footer looks it forward for Downs. Chris Downs looks up, combines nicely with Baker, and he's got a little bit of space here, Chris Downs. Keep a hold of the ball, they're probing away, but City, as they've done tremendously all year, defending as a team, really galvanised defensive unit. There's always another player coming in support. You get round one, you can have another red shirt in your face. They work so hard for each other. They are disciplined and structured. They're going to be tough to break down once, let alone 3 times. Here's Baker. They've only conceded 5 goals all season, so it'd be truly remarkable if the Lions were able to get 3.5. O'Connell will collect that comfortably enough. Gives it to Joel Schuth. Schuth. Short ball to Baker, who's running out of room. Immediately had 2 City players all over him. The shape is looking pretty compact and tough to break down right now.
Hey, Joel, drop down here. Quicker now. Come on. Push up a bit. Drag them up. Drag them up.
Danny Cowan nodding that one out of play. Now Noah Mees. Noah Mees with a snapshot, but easily gathered there by O'Connell, the youngster. Tremendous stature about him for someone so young, Nick O'Connell. He's got a real goalkeeper's build, that's for sure. Tyler Fisher showed a good turn of pace to get to that ball and keep it in, and now he sends it long, but De Souza cuts that one out before it could find its way to Mees. Dwells on it for a moment, and then his pass broken up by Gerazio, and now Noah Mees. Oh, indecision from the keeper. Noah Mees says thank you very much, and he pokes home another goal for Launceston City. O'Connell needed to come. He hesitated, and Noah Mees pounced in that instant. There was no hesitation from the young striker. This one long over the top. And Mees, keeper, unable to get there. Noah Mees guides it home. 4-0 Launceston City. He has a second. And this game looking well and truly buried here at the Den. 4-0. And the Lions down to 10 men. It could be a real chance perhaps for City to run up the score now. A few people eager to fill their boots. Here's Timothy Baker, still trying to make something happen for his side. Cross to the back post will float out of play for a goal kick. Here's Danny Cowan back for Zammit. Switch the play for Gilly De Souza. Sison lofting it long. And chases Zammit. So not a lot of energy down here at the Den now. I think most of the spectators well and truly aware their side's day looking pretty done here, and they're just hoping to avoid shipping too many at this stage, and City well. They had the setback last week at the hands of South Hobart in the Cup. There was a momentary setback, and that's it, it would seem. They have got right back on with a much improved performance today. Giansopoulos out to prevent this one going behind for a corner or before Danny Cowan could get there. But yeah, they're right back on track, City. Still unbeaten in the league. Bounce next week and then the Northern Derby. A chance for them to keep amassing some points, and they might add another goal here as Tyler Fisher's looking to charge in behind, and he wins the corner. But, every chance of running up the score here at the moment. A few heads looking rather drooped for the Lions. And there's a real sense of hunger for goals about this City side right now. Tyler Fisher and Noah Mees, as any good strikers will certainly be looking to add to their tallies. Daniel Sison to take the corner. And it's a dangerous ball too, and it's in the back of the... No, it's not. Oh, it's somehow snuck in there for a second. Is Charlie White, meanwhile, is he giving a penalty here? He's giving a penalty for handball, I think. Yeah, handball on the line. So a spot kick. Well, a chance here from the penalty spot for Tyler Fisher to make it 5-0, and their day may get worse still. Tyler Fisher will step up here. He's already dispatched one spot kick. He has the chance for another one. And the handball at the back post spotted by Charlie White. He points to the spot. And Will Fisher do the business once again and grab his second of the day. He does. He strikes home confidently. It's 5-0 now for Launceston City, and this is getting ugly here at the Den. And action on the sidelines. It looks like a couple of changes being readied by the Kingborough Lions. See who they bring on. Looks like Zamet's walking off. So Kansos and Dominic Easton, it looks like, will be the two to come on. And Gilly DeSouza and Nick Zamet will be the two who are replaced as Tyler Fisher. Here's Danny Cowan taking it upon himself to try and make something happen for his team, but flying across in defence was Alex Turner. So it's ended 5-0 at Wentworth Park in favour of Devonport. This corner's swung in and nodded well wide. Another goal kick, so no luck there for the Kingborough Lions. Sergio Ansopoulos. No real rush now. Pretty convincing display this from Launceston City, and the 10 men really, since they've gone down to 10, the fight has gone out of this line side. They've been sliced apart ever since. The goals coming pretty freely at the moment, although on the attack here, Phil Kansos recently introduced, trying to make something happen. Trying to conjure something up, but just unable to do so. So Noah Mees moving nicely, and then he swings it across where they have a couple of numbers. One of them's Harrison Wicks. Declined the pass to Linger. Instead he goes for Sison, who's shaping to shoot. That was not his best effort there, the captain. Found himself in a pocket of room at the top of the box and thought, why not? Try and get my second of the day, but it wasn't to be, as Charlie Dyer looks set to be introduced here for Launceston City. And Harrison Wicks being withdrawn. James Kemp making a switch there, and Wicks getting a warm reception down there on the Launceston City bench. Evidently very pleased with his Chargers' work today. And with the score at 5-0, I think there'll be plenty of smiles in the Launceston City rooms post-game. Pretty happy bus ride back north, I'd have thought, as Timothy Baker with a great chance to pull one back. He strolls in and strikes it home, and the Kingborough Lions do pull one back. It's 5-1, Timothy Baker. They switched off at the back there, Launceston City. That was pretty basic stuff. A flick on from Cohen, a flick on from Vidal, and there was Baker. So two nice flicks on, and Baker is able to stroll in and pull it back to 5-1. I think it's probably going to be a little more than a consolation at this stage of the game. But I'd be happy to get it back as the direct approach from kickoff is taken. Too far away. So here's Vidal. Millington lofting it forward towards Mees. Might fall for the former Lion Cartwright, who's got some room to operate in. He starts charging towards goal and he slides it through, and Dyer, it almost sat for him. Tobias Vainen getting a foot in,
Let's pick up, Alex!
just about saving the day there.
Let's go, let's find some character. Trouble! Take his line. Go on, trouble.
63 minutes tick by here. 5-1 the score. Kingborough pulling one back, but very much a Launceston City's day. They will remain quite clear on top of the NPL Tasmania table after 8 rounds. Position they've occupied the last month now. Since they seized it, they're not going to relinquish it lightly. And a real positive result, this one, given last week's disappointment. It was important for them to bounce back, and bounce back they have. They'll move to 20 points. Devonport with their big win are up to 16, so the gap will remain at 4. And then all eyes turn to Zebras and South Hobart tomorrow. Undoubtedly the two Northern winners, or soon-to-be winners today, would love a draw in that one as Cartwright tried to thread the eye of the needle there, and Spring Dyer composed, very composed at the back there was Easton. DiMartino. Baker. Vainen. Combining nicely Tobias Vainen. Tried to play another one too, but couldn't execute it on that occasion. Final score in the Women's Super League, Hobart Zebras 5, South Hobart 2. So after a really tumultuous week for the Zebras, they get themselves back on track and get some valuable points in that one. Big 5-2 win for the Zebras. Of course, the two NPL teams will be playing tomorrow at Darcy Street as well. We'll be live streaming that one for you. To join us for that one. Hopefully we'll get a slightly more even game than what we've seen today, which has been dominance from Launceston City. I came here expecting a much closer game, and probably was until the turning point was the penalty, really. It's a big opportunity. Do wonder if maybe we're about to see Nikki Giansopoulos subbed out. Looks like Lachlan Clark is just doing some warm-ups there on the bench. He's got the tracksuit jacket off, but City, meanwhile, might add a 6th. He's got an open man at the back post. If you can get it to him, it's Daniel Sison. Oh, well done, Dominic Easton. The young substitute got across and made the block. As storming in here, it was Noah Mees, who has been enormous again today. He played a lovely pass here for Sison. Just held it for a moment. Probably not the best shot from Sison, but well done by Easton to close it down. Great effort from the young substitute, recently introduced, and comes up with the crucial block there. Fisher to take. Dangerous ball flapping out. It was O'Connell. Baker first to the fall of it. Sliding in, and now Chris Downs. Almost fell for him, not quite though. Long ball for Mees, Easton away from him. And slice of cheese there for Timothy Baker by the looks of it. Long up and under, Giansopoulos comes to collect. Slight fumble, but he gathers it easily enough. Charlie Dye going into the book apparently. Must admit I was typing at the time. So another substitute in the offing here for the Kingborough Lions, who are going to use their final sub of the day. And that'll be the end of Christian DiMartino's day, as he's replaced by Jacob Calvert. Baker flips it over the top, looking for Vidal. Oh, not dealt with by Turner, but it fell in the end for Giansopoulos. No harm done. Kansos wins the header. Down to Baker. Now Baker looking to make inroads, but Tyler Fisher was in close proximity. Downs, slightly heavy with that pass. Easton for Kansos. Giansopoulos will gather that one. Game going through the motions here with 20 to go. Firmly within the keeping of the visitors from the north. A pretty successful day for them. Same before, I think the turning point really was that penalty kick. Still in the game at that point, Kingborough. They looked up for it, but that was, I think, Damar's first yellow. The flag up here on the near touchline. Wait to get them sorted out, but yeah, they've ever since that penalty, Damar got the yellow, and then it was just a reckless challenge, really, with the second one. Didn't need to be made. That brought them down to 10 men, and from the free kick, it was Noel Mees bobbing up, and from there it's been one-way traffic, with the exception of Timothy Baker pulling one consolation goal back. Here's Sison across to Gould. Now Cartwright. Shane Cartwright swinging it in, away by Easton, who's been good since coming on, the youngster. Made a couple of nice blocks at the back. There's a poor pass from Truth on this occasion. A little wide of the mark. Baker. Downs. Shifts it over the top, trying to release Baker, but dealt with by Millington. Sison. Just worked off it a bit by Vidal. Now Calvert trying to make something happen. Steers it away from Cartwright. Chris Downs again. Worked it to Vidal. Louis Vidal shaping to shoot on the right and flicked it back for Danny Cowan, who was nowhere near the ball. Daniel Sison was far closer. He got there first, and then he sends his pass straight to Kansos. So we're getting rather sloppy here at the minute. And Chris Downs now firing like Chris Downs. Giansopoulos with another top draw save. It was a good hit from Downs, but again the Canadian was at his very best to deny him at full extension. That's two real top draw saves he's pulled off today. And Nicky Giansopoulos. Neil Orley made a crucial stop from a one-on-one to deny Vidal. And Chris Downs must have thought he had another top window goal there to add to a pretty impressive highlight reel of goals that he's accrued this season already. Not to be. He's got the corner here though. Chris Downs to the back post. Steered away by the big bodies there. And now Cartwright hustling away, and Easton goes safety first and puts it into touch. Full time in the Women's Super League. University 0, Taruna 1. Lily Holton with the game's only goal. So Taruna, who booked their spot in the statewide cup final, with another good result in the league. Here's Dyer feeding it through. There's a big chance here for Noah Mees. O'Connell steers it aside. Dyer chasing this one down. It won't have the juice to run out of play, so Dyer keeps it in and rolls it back to Gould. Gould to Cartwright. A run from Dyer. Quite work it out. Well done, Kansos. Got stuck in there and broke up the move. Sison to Cartwright, back to Sison. Turning on the left and swinging in towards Fisher, but O'Connell using every inch of his big frame and pulls that one down. Heavy touch from Havain and almost got into trouble against the pacey Dyer, but extricated himself from the situation. Back to John Sopoulos. Skews that one out of play. Australian for Phil Kansos right in front of our camera there. Takes it quickly to Joel Schuth. Schuth. Now Sison into the path of the rampaging Noah Mees. Noah Mees just trying to bring him down from behind there. Like the rugby player trying to make the despairing tackle. And just lost his balance there, the big fella. But he's been one of the very best players on the park once again today, Noah Mees. He's going from strength to strength, this young man, as Vincent Camano appears set to be introduced. And that might be the end of Tyler Fisher's day. Indeed it is. So Vinny Camano replaces Tyler Fisher. And Camano with a chance. See what he can do in the final 15 minutes plus change. He's immediately involved here, and Kansos extends the leg and puts it out of play. Vidal back to Kansos. Now Danny Cowan. Throw in. It's Baker. Timothy Baker. Leaving one way then the other, but his pass was poor for Danny Cowan. Just asked a bit too much of the big fella there. 15 minutes now remaining in this one. Giansopoulos, it's just reloaded, launches it wide, looking for Cartwright, cranes the neck to keep it in. Knees, a little nutmeg, couldn't quite pull it off. On Calvert, Kansos. Nodded into touch again. Baker. There's Charlie Dyer all over him there, and protest the point, but he did have a handful of shirts, so the correct decision from Charlie White there. There's smoke starting to billow across this venue too, I think. And a bit too much fuel on the barbecues, perhaps, or on the goals. So free kick on the right-hand side for Chris Downs. They'll try and pull another one back. Here the Kingborough Lions sending everybody forwards. By everybody, dead set mean everyone. One defender's now walking back to halfway, but everyone else is back. Down swings it to the back post where Schuth leapt at it, but it went over his head. So the Fisher down there on the bench. Another successful day. Don't know how he's feeling about being subbed out while he was on 2 goals. I don't know too many strikers who are happy in that scenario, but is it a real hat-trick when 2 of them from the penalty spot? Absolutely it is. This one falls to Chris Downs. Knocked away by Turner. Jared Linger galloping forwards, and he springs Camano down the left here, running at Tobias Avainen. Vinny Camano. He drives into the box and then crosses looking for Mees. Dominic Easton again with a good foot in. Been impressed by his play since coming on. He's stood up to every test, every question they've thrown at him thus far. Eddie Kamano. Good cross. First major involvement in an attacking sense. So Daniel Sison to take. Sison goes towards the back post. O'Connell punched that one commandingly away. Baker first to the fall of the ball. And now Downs will send a raking pass. It was meant for Phil Kansos, but went straight to Reece Gould. He coughed it up to Jacob Calvert though. Gives it back to Kansos. Couldn't get around Gould. Now Danny Cohen powering down the left. And he crosses, trying to catch Giansopoulos out. But the Canadian recovered his position and showed a safe pair of hands on that occasion. Not often you see Giansopoulos caught off his line. Schuth. Cartwright. Back to Dyer. Sison to Cartwright. Kansos looking to spin, but really under immediate pressure. Downs for Calvert. Calvert with a long ball, trying to get Baker in behind of Gould here. Timmy Knoxville, oh, he kept it in. That's a lovely turn too from Timmy Baker. Squaring ball, well blocked there by the City defence. They got back en masse. Just sat in front of the goals and denied that attempt. Linger, lovely ball from Jared Linger for Vinny Kamano. Kamano turning into the box, held up, eventually gets his shot away, but it's a fairly tame effort in the end from Kamano. So another substitution in the offing. So they're gonna resist the temptation to give Lockie Clark a run out. Very much primed to go on. Shane Cartwright is replaced there by Finn Aldridge, making his debut for Launceston City. I've seen at Clarence, I think, Finn Aldridge. Fairly serviceable player there, but first time I've seen his name this year, Phineas Aldridge. Playing for City, and it's a pretty nice first involvement too, a little back heel if you don't mind, trying to tee up Noel Mees. It was well read again by Easton though. Sison's pass broken up by Downs. Fell back to Sison though, who returns it to Turner. Now Gould. Reece Gould sends it down the line. Kansos getting a nice foot in ahead of Charlie Dyer, however. Crossfield ball, City on the attack again. Jared Linger trying to make something happen, and he skies this effort. It was high and wide and not very pretty. And showing good footwork to find the space initially, but that's where it ended really. Here's Calvert. Calvert to Downs. Downs to Baker to Schuth. Calvert with plenty of time and space in the middle of the den. He drops it off there for Vidal. Flashed early in the game, but we haven't seen much of him since. Now Jared Linger trying to tee up Sison. Can't quite release him. Downs back for Calvert again. Now picked up by Dyer. Linger pressuring Havainen. It's back to Easton. Retreats to O'Connell. Ooh, errant goal kick from him, nearly picked off by Mees. Straight out of play in the end. Noah Mees. He's looking for his hat-trick, and he tries to conjure it up in spectacular fashion. Wide of the mark from Noah Mees in the end, but far away. He's already scored 2. He's a player filled with confidence at the moment. Here's Noah Mees. No stopping him right now. He's been fantastic again. Latest one flying over the top. And Charlie Dyer charging forwards the youngster and sliding it, looking for Kamano. It was blocked off by Havainen. Not quite work their way through then. And a play for the throat. Really been going through the motions for the last 25 minutes or so, but especially now as we get towards the end, the result well and truly settled. The players well and truly aware of that. I'm really interested, can Noah Mees find a way to get his hat-trick? Fully deserve one the way he's played today. And a fantastic performance. He's got 2. Fisher converted 2 penalties, and Sison got us started, and he's got this set piece. He swings it in towards Mees, but a good hand from O'Connell. Worked back by Aldridge, looking for Dyer. And well done in the end by Vidal, and as he sprung Cowan at the other end, not quite. Turner had his positioning spot on, and he puts that one into touch. And another look at the set piece here. Good delivery from Sison, a teasing ball. Mees looked primed to nod that one home, but for the big claw of Nicholas O'Connell. One ball over the top for Kamano, who gets bustled into there by Schuth, and the foul is blown. It'll be a free kick in a pretty good position here. And Daniel Sison looks like he's going to be the one to take it. I'm sure Noah Mees will be hoping he just stands this one up to the back post. So, Sison to take. Does he have a shot? He'll stand this one up. He's going to stand it up, and it's just wide of the mark from Kamano. It was a lovely ball from Sison. Forged the chance. Deft little ball onto there. Went past Kamano in the end even. Suit me. It was Noah Mees. It would have been his hat-trick. But wide of the mark. Not to be for Noah. Millington's clearance. Deflected into a line, and now Timothy Baker charging off towards goal. Timothy Baker, he's already grabbed 1 goal back. Grab another. Downs' shot gets charged down. Calvert's pass intercepted en route. Jared Linger across to Kamano. Kamano played it in there for Finn Aldridge. Back across for Jared Linger. Kamano making a searching run. Linger holding, waiting, and eventually works it to Mees. Mees back to Vinny Kamano. Kamano looking to drive into the box. He's got Mees in there. Can he pick him out? It was just behind the big fella. They're trying to team up for this third. Here's Dyer. Dyer back to Sison. And Sison's ball over the top. Straight to the keeper. O'Connell puts it way out ahead of Katsos. And, well, I tell you what, Roger Mees is certainly keen for Noah to get the hat-trick as he's hustled to track that one down so they can get it in nice and quick. Get the flag going again. And after the young fella, and here he is, Noah Mees. Well, he might turn provider instead. That is an absolute peach of a ball from Noah Mees to Kamano, and his shot was charged down by Tobias Havainen, arriving just in the nick of time. It's a wonderful pass from Mees. Kamano's shot was affected by the block from Tobias Havainen. He's done really well there. Probably saved a goal with his defensive hustle. Sison swinging it in. Couple of paws to it from the keeper. Nice touch coming off him, so we'll get another chance here. Wheel City. Finn Aldridge again. Plays it in near post. Will it fall for Mees? He chests it down. He sets himself, but Timothy Baker was there to whisk it away again. So a tick now. Well and truly into stoppage time. So we'll have a look at Nico Giansopoulos early in the first half. Well, this is one of them. One of his two good big saves he made there. That was the one to Nova Dow. He made two in the first half. Saved a one-on-one with his leg too. While the game was still there to be won. And then denied Downs with a very handy save in this half too. I mean, the game probably done at that point anyway, but still a fantastic stop. Long ball over the top looking for Kamano, but O'Connell collects and then quickly releases Downs. The Lions keen for another consolation goal. And that is the final whistle from Charlie White. It's all over here at Lightwood Park. A commanding performance from Launceston City. The ladder leaders will remain just that. They're 4 points clear at top of the table. We'll have a look at the goals that got them there. Tyler Fisher teeing up Sison. That was 1-0. So after a pretty even opening 20 minutes to the game, I thought both teams looked really in it at that stage. But the turning point was this. It was a penalty, a contentious one, you got to say. I think Linger probably foxed the referee a little bit with his work on it, but Tyler Fisher made no mistake. That was Odain Demar, I think, getting a first yellow card. And that would prove telling when he rather recklessly brought down a player moments later, which led to that free kick. Noel Mees inexplicably unmarked at the back post. He nods home. That made it 3-0. Demar's off the pitch at this stage. It's pretty much game over, but City came out in the second half. And Noel Mees beats the keepers of the ball. Switched off at the back there, did the Lions, and Noel Mees got his second. He punished them. Then it was another penalty. No real dispute over this one. A handball at the back post. And Tyler Fisher stepped up, slid home his second of the day. Launceston City's fifth. It was pretty grim. They did pull one back though, the Lions. A little bit of work this one. Cohen flicks onto Vidot, who flicks onto Baker, who charges in, slides into the back of the net, and at least he gets a goal to celebrate. But there's not a whole lot of calls for celebration for the hosts today. They've been well and truly beaten by Launceston City. The ladder leaders flexing their muscles down at the den. A big 5-1 victory as they continue to lead the way, undefeated in 2018. That's all for us here at Slice of Cheese, Ash Wilkes and Mindstream. Bringing you these pictures, I've been Andrew Cooling. We'll be back again tomorrow for the big one, South Hobart, taking on Hobart Zebras at Darcy Street. That'll be at 2 p.m. Do join us. But once again, we sign off with another Launceston City victory.